Hey everybody, welcome to the first Laughs Aside podcast, or I should say, the first Laughs Aside podcast here on the wonderful Wasteland channel. We've done this sort of thing before, a very, very long time ago, and I'm going to get to that a little bit later on. But first, I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about what this podcast is. So, as you can see, there's some Rocket League gameplay on your screen right now. We won't always play Rocket League in the background. We can choose some different games if you guys would like. But basically, what's going to happen is that either myself or myself and a guest will be discussing a topic in the background. And basically, this is a time for us to talk about pretty much whatever we want. The main goal of this podcast is going to be for you guys to get to know us, and we're not going to make any cuts. We're just going to I say we're not going to make any cuts, but when Alex gets on here, me and him have a tendency to sometimes say things we shouldn't say. So we might make some cuts here and there. But this is mainly just to kind of give you guys an insight into both the idea or the things that go on in the background when it comes to making a channel, but it also gives you guys an opportunity to get to know us better, or for us to even talk about heavier topics if we would choose to do that in the future. And we'll think about that. We might even let you guys vote on what topics we do in the future. I think for the first few, for example, today we're going to be talking a lot about the history of us when it comes to YouTube, Alex and I, and where I met Westbot, how Leap Meep came into the picture recently, and kind of just about what we're wanting to do in the future. And I'm really happy that you guys are here with me and you're wanting to learn about that type of stuff, because I'm very passionate about this and I care deeply about the members, and it's important to me that you guys understand why we're doing this and know that it's not just because we want to play video games for a living, you know? I mean, that's awesome, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot more to this, and I would say that that's probably one of the least reasons why we're doing this. So going off of that, I will also say these will vary in length. It just kind of depends. We're going to talk until we don't feel like talking anymore. Today it's just me. I don't know if I already said that or not. No Alex today. He hasn't been feeling too well recently, so he said he was going to pass on the first one. But I think the next episode of this, which it's not going to necessarily be a weekly thing, it's just going to kind of be as we please. When we have time, when we feel like doing it. But I do think in the coming days we will probably do one getting to know Alex. We're gonna also do one getting to know me a little bit better, and I'll share a little bit about what's going on with me in my life and how I got to where I am right now. But I think it's more important to start with Alex, because a lot of you guys know a lot about me already through the streams or through me having discussions with people in the Discord. Excuse me. I'm burping. I just ate a bunch of popcorn and I'm a little burpy right now, I guess. Yeah, I think it's more important that y'all get to know Alex first, because I'm sure a lot of you don't really know anything about him because he has been super busy. He's had a lot going on in his life too. Some stuff that I'll let him speak on if he wants to, but he recently moved and stuff like that. So he's been busy, and that's how life is sometimes. So no worries there. Just I really want you guys to, I don't just want you guys to come watch the videos and be like, okay, cool, they're funny. Like, I want you guys to be like, I love these guys, because we love you, and it's not like it's not like in Megamind. I love you, random citizen. I take the time as much as I can and put forward effort into knowing all of the amazing people. I'm not going to start naming people. I'm tempted to, because there's so many people I can name, but I know I'll accidentally leave one of you out, and then you'll massacre me in the comments, and I don't want that. But just know, like, I love all of you, even if you're somebody new. Here, I'll throw out a name. Yee boy or Yee Bo, I don't know. His name starts with Yee. I just want to point out this because, you know, I met him last night. But he liked the stream. That's how we found him, was a stream. And even though I've only known him for like literally less than 24 hours right now, I care about him. He's here, and I want him to succeed in life. I want him to be happy within this community. Whatever that looks like for him is up to him. You know, whether he wants to partake in everything or whatever. But I'm just using him as an individual. Sorry to call you out, buddy. But I'm just using him as an individual example because I want him to, you know, and I want that for everybody. Right now, I can individually put forward effort into that right now, just because we're smaller. I know that what that looks like is going to change as we grow, but nonetheless, I still want people to feel cared about at every stage of growth. But anyways, we'll get into that a little bit later. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself I have a list of topics to talk about, and that one is at the end of it. So I'm going to move on to the next thing here. Sorry, I'm writing down timestamps too, because I kind of want to do chapters for this. I forgot to mention that. I was supposed to mention that at the beginning. There's going to be chapters, so if there's something that we're talking about today that you already know about or you just don't care about, you feel free to skip. But the next thing we're going to be talking about is the history of what we do, or of what we've done, sorry. The history of how we got here and why Alex and I want to do this, and when it became more real for us. And you know, Alex has his own dreams as well, which again, I hope that he goes into talking about that whenever it's his turn to share about himself. But you know, he wants to do this too, and he cares about this. And then, you know, we have overall goals for the team and for myself, and for Alex, and so this is going to also be a way for people to keep up with us and our own personal goals and the channel goals as we grow and evolve, because we change things a lot. You know, we started with side quest, and we're going into I'm really bad at keeping to the schedule. All right, hold on, I'm gonna, that's my rewind sound. I'm getting ahead of myself. That stuff is all for later. History. Okay, well, let's just go back to the beginning. So Alex and I, we've known each other since we were in first grade. Let's see now, it's almost been 20 years, man. It's crazy to think about. We're going on 19 years of friendship right now. Those have been a rocky 19 years. They haven't all been smooth sailing. Alex and I differ in certain opinions, and there's been instances where my stark attitude of wanting to always go by the book and really going by the letter to achieve success has really conflicted with his easygoing attitude, where he just lets whatever happens. Two different ways to live life. Not saying there's anything wrong with either of them, but we are different people for sure. And this journey of growth in all of the things that we've grown in along the way has been just as much about Alex and I getting to know each other more and more over the years and getting along, figuring out how to get along, as it has been about growing a channel or about growing ourselves. You know, it's been growing together in our friendship, and life has been busy for us right now, but I hope that we can continue that trend throughout this. I hope as we see the channel blossom and the community blossom, that you also see our friendship blossom even further than it already has. Not to say that it's not already very good, but you know, there's been a lot of stuff in life that's made it hard to keep up recently. And I'll get more into that a little bit later too, if I remember. But basically, you know, Alex and I off and on friendship over the years, but you know, if you asked either of us at most points in time, we would point to the other person when you ask us who our best friend is, you know? Even when we were mad at each other at some points, like, and every time we got mad at each other and like said we weren't gonna be friends, you know, like, I think we both knew deep inside that we were gonna be friends. We just have this connection, like this friendship that, you know, you can't just make it up, right? Like, you can't just find that somewhere. It's cultivated over the years, and me and him get each other a lot. We can play off of each other, we can, you know, we know each other forwards and backwards. Like, we're as close as you can get to being brothers without even being brothers. So, we growing up, you know, we were funny. We played off of each other. People, when we were around people, they'd always be like, you know, oh, you guys are funny together. Like, I remember exactly where we were when somebody was like, you guys are really funny, you guys should start a YouTube channel. And that was the first time I ever thought about it. I liked YouTube and I watched gamers on YouTube, and you know, it was something that I hadn't considered, like, oh, maybe I could do this too. And this is back before I even knew about like the Game Grumps, or that people even did, you know, co-op gaming channels, you know? And so I was just like, wow, that sounds like a really good idea. I think that'd be really fun to do with my friend. But I wasn't looking at it as like, oh yeah, that's what I want to do for my career. You know, it was kind of like, I'll do this while I go to college. I'll figure out what my career is going to be in college, and I'll do YouTube on the side, and it'll be fun with my friend. And he had a girlfriend at the time who was good at art, so she drew us up some art for the channel, like a logo and stuff. And we just started making videos, being silly, having fun. And it was a good time for a long time, and that's when I started to learn how to video edit it. I didn't know anything about it. It took me like 8 hours to do my first edit, whereas I thought it was going to take me like 30 minutes. And boy, was I wrong, because over the years, as I've grown in professionalism, it just takes longer and longer. Video editing was not as easy as I thought, but that's where I started to learn how to video edit, and I'll talk more about my career whenever I get around to my personal podcast about me. But I would not have had a career, really, or I don't even know where I'd be if it wasn't for YouTube, because the video editing was only learned because of YouTube. And then I turned that into a professional career going on 9 years now of video editing commercials and weddings and all types of videos, documentaries. But so, you know, it's interesting how the things that you do in life affects you and changes the course of your future. Because, you know, like I said with the video editing, and then of course I really want to do this for a career now, and that started for me personally. And you can ask Alex about, you know, well, maybe I'll write up some questions for him or something when it comes around to his time to do his podcast. But for me, I know that it started when a guy named Seabolt, I don't remember how old he was at the time. This is a long time ago. This is like 7 years ago almost now, which is crazy to think that I've been doing this off and on for 7 years now, trying to be successful at this. Oh yeah, didn't even say, our first our first channel that we created was called Chalky Milkman. We really like chocolate milk, and the whole Baby Yoda, maybe I'll put it on the screen no, I'm probably not gonna watch through this again, never mind. You guys know what I'm talking about though. The Baby Yoda chocolate milk thing was popular at the time. Here, I'll write a little Baby Yoda note here. I'll add it on the screen for you guys. You deserve it. But it was popular at the time, and so we just played off of that. Alex came up with that name, I'm pretty sure, and I loved it. Because, I mean, dude, we used to chug chocolate milk, bro. He would come over to my house for sleepovers all the time, and we would drink so much chocolate milk. And stay up until like 3 a.m. in the morning playing Minecraft. So, foreshadowing, I guess. But, we just played these random abstract games that looked fun to us. And, you know, we were just idiots. And that's gonna come back later on when I talk about the goals of this channel and kind of like what we're looking to accomplish later in this episode of Laughs Aside. But yeah, it was nice. And then Seabolt came along, and wow, I just realized I just now got back to the whole Seabolt thing. I'm really bad at this, huh? I'm just all over the place. My ADHD is glaring right now. I hope you guys are having fun. Nonetheless, I hope this is nice to listen to while you're like going throughout life or whatever. But anyway, Seabolt said something along the lines of, hey, I've been going through a really hard time and I haven't laughed or smiled in a week, and your guys' video cheered me up. And that was something that was so impactful for me. And since then, a lot of people have said that to me, like things along that line. Like I've had people come to me and tell me like, you know, your videos stopped me from killing myself, which is, you know, it's crazy to think about. But it's also so meaningful to me and gives me such a sense of purpose and duty to do this. Because in that moment when Seabolt told me that, I was like, it's not just funny or entertaining, it's impactful. It's important to people. They care about this. This touches them, emotionally speaking. And I was like, this is what I want to do. That's when I realized that this isn't playing video games and being an idiot for fun. This is playing video games and being an idiot for a purpose. That's when I started to love not just the idea of doing this, but loving the people who are part of this. I've met some amazing people since then. And I'm very blessed and thankful for every single one of them. And so from there it became my mission. And it's been a long road, I will say. After that, Alex and I continued to make videos for a little while. We also brought a lot of guests in, which I might start doing that again. You know, if you want to have one of these episodes, these Laughs Aside episodes with Hannah, you know, I could bring her in. We could talk about our relationship, because we always get a lot of questions about how we met and stuff. And I've shared that story a couple times already, but it'd be nice to have a place where you guys could come check it out. But anyway, Alex and I had one of those fights I was talking about during Chalky Milkman. I was pushing him too hard, you know. In the end of the day, he wants to do this, but he has other passions too, whereas this is my passion. This is what I love. This is like I know that when the day comes that I finally hit the level of success I need to be like, Alex, here you go, you don't have to work anymore. Hey, Hannah, you don't have to work anymore, you retire. Hey, editors, here's the money you guys need to live a comfortable life and just do this, and then also have money to put into other creative endeavors. I know when that day comes, I'm gonna break down in tears and cry and thank God. I know that day is going to be one of the most special days in my entire life, if not the most special day in my whole life. And so like, there's just, it's not that Alex doesn't care about people. It's not that Alex doesn't care about the mission. It's just that he's got such a busy life as it is, and he, you know, he's got his own personal things going on, so he has to kind of gauge what he's doing. I'm trying to get him to show up to some of the streams and stuff like that, and trying to motivate him to, you know, connect with the people, because the people are great, you know, in our community. They're awesome, they're amazing, they're funny, and they're talented, and they're nice, and they make you feel good. It's nice to be in this community with these people. But, you know, Alex, he, like I said, he has his own things that he's got to focus on, and I just hope that one day I can give him the opportunity to not have to worry about finances and stuff, and that he can just do this, you know, and then be creative, because that's what we want to do, you know, is be creative. So, but you never know if we might one day bring another one of our friends on, or something like that, because that's what we did with Chalky Milkman. And then, you know, when Alex and I got into the fight, it was just because of a difference of, like, I looked at him as a partner, whereas he didn't really know he was signing up to put in all the effort, and so the disagreement, and then I kind of kicked him off the channel. You know, we both were making some really solid points those days, and I just felt like I think I just wanted him to be part of it more than he was willing to invest his time in, and so that's where the disconnect was. That's why this time around we were very clear about the expectations and whatnot. So I decided I was gonna do the videos by myself. I was a soccer coach at the time. That was my job, and we got new owners there, and I got a promotion, so I came into an amount of money that I had never experienced before. And so I was like, you know what? I should get an editor. I think a little bit before that, though, is when I started looking for an editor, because if I remember correctly, Westbot was doing it for free at first, I believe. And Westbot's another very special person in my life. Again, you know, I don't know if I should save this for my own personal time. I think this is more fitting for this, because this is channel history, but Westbot came into my life. I just, you know, made a message out to the community in our Discord at the time. This was the Chalky Milkman Discord. And I was like, hey, who would be interested in learning how to video edit, or already knows how to video edit? Westbot hit me up. He was like, you know, I don't know how to, but I'm willing to learn. It looks fun. And in my head, I was like, he says he wants to do it. Once he sees how much work it is, he probably won't be here anymore, you know? But I was like, I'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens. And boy, am I glad that I did, because I gained a really good video editor that day, but more importantly, I gained somebody who is another one of my best friends. He's such a special person. I can't say enough about Westbot, because he's a really, really good guy. And I remember those first videos with him. He's grown a lot as a person too, because he used to get really angry with me when I would not do the videos the way he wanted them, or when I would accidentally mess something up in one of the videos. He chased perfection, and he was a hard worker and surpassed me in video editing skill for quite some time. I passed you back now, Westbot. Sorry, pal, but eat my dust. But he learned new techniques that I didn't even know about, and taught me a lot that I don't even know if he hadn't taught me those things, if I would have even gone as far as I did in my video editing career. So I owe a lot to him as well. But so I was recording the videos by myself. He came along, he started recording with me. Or not recording with me. Well, he did record a couple of videos with me on the old channel. You can actually still go find those if you really want to. on the Chalky Milkman channel. Chalky Milkman, all one word. Go find it. Yeah, he started editing and worked so hard for such a long time. And honestly, we were doing really good. We made some solid videos. We had a crazy fan base. We would get, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 likes a video, hundreds to thousands of views a video. And we were over 1,000 subs at one point. And then I was an idiot. And on the cusp of success, cusp, is that the right word? I don't know. On the edge of success, we were edging success. I don't know what I'm saying right now. I quit. I stopped. And it was partially Westbot as well. Westbot got burnt out. I was paying him then, but probably not enough to validate. I don't think I've ever paid him as much as I'd like to. But we gave up. We stopped. And for me, I had gotten into a relationship, and the relationship demanded more of my attention than I could give while still doing the channel. Honestly, it was a really bad idea on my part. I should have never given up on my dreams, or stopped pursuing it, because I think it's probably put me back at least a couple years from where I could be right now, if not a lot more, because I could be there right now, being successful, that is. But I just decided to stop. Westbot was burnt out and said, I don't want to do it anymore. And I was like, I don't really think I have the time to do it either. Because at the time I was thinking more so along the lines of like, okay, I'm in a relationship now, I need to like get a career. And I wasn't looking at it as like I do now, as I want this to be the career. I mean, I did want it to be the career, but I didn't believe in myself, I guess, for some reason. Whatever reason, I gave up. And then sometime into that relationship, like a year or more later, I was like, I want to do this again. And I tried to start up Full Moon again with Alex, and I just switched the Chalky Milkman channel from Chalky Milkman to Full Moon. It's Chalky Milkman now. I switched it back because I felt like that was more appropriate, because it was better as Chalky Milkman than it was as Full Moon. And we had our friend named Daniel, who I've been trying to get to come to record with me, but he's a busy guy and he goes to college far away, so but he's really funny. I don't know him as well as I know Alex by any means. I haven't known him very long compared to my friendship with Alex, but Daniel's awesome, dude. I love Daniel. He's cool, he's funny, and just naturally goofy guy. Gets comedy, and he's a good friend too. I like Daniel a lot. And so I was trying to do this thing with them, Full Moon. We made some alright videos. We were going, and then Daniel was like, I'm going to move to France now to do some job that said he could come do it in France. And I was like, oh, okay. And so there he went. And then Alex, I can't remember where Alex has moved so many times in his life, and he always comes back to Huntsville, but it was like Texas, I think, at the time. And then Alex came to me like shortly after and was like, I'm going to Texas. And I was like, cool. I have no one to make videos with now. And I could do it by myself. I mean, I stream by myself and I've made videos by myself before, but I think part of the fun of it is doing comedy with people. And I also do better when I'm with people, because when I tell a joke and they laugh, it, for whatever reason, just gives me confidence and I get more funny as I go. Whereas when I'm by myself, you're telling jokes and it's like, are these gonna land? Like, I don't know, maybe. Hard to tell, hard to gauge when there's no audience to laugh at you. Let me get a sip of this water real quick. That's good stuff right there. Anyway, so yeah, that was Full Moon, and then my other buddy came along, Mr. Tommy, and we were gonna make a channel called The Venturers. I was like, we'll just start this one from scratch. Kind of like what I wanted to do with Wonderful Wasteland. And sorry, I was thinking ahead of like what else I needed to cover. There's a lot that's happened, so I wanted to make sure I covered everything. Anyway, Tommy and I were like doing everything. We like made an LLC for it, and we were doing it super official. And we did a couple streams, and we were getting ready to record, and then he got his girlfriend pregnant. And they're married now. It's okay. It worked out well. He really liked that girl anyway, so you know, not the end of the world for him by any means. And I think they're doing very well from the pictures that I see online. So happy for you, Tommy. But you know, it really changed the dynamic of everything that we were attempting to do. And so that one got shut down too. I've been trying really hard, chat, to make a comeback for a while. And then I got out of the relationship that I was in at the time, and I was like, it's time to focus on me. And so that is where Wonderful Wasteland was born, and it was 3 of us at first. It was myself and Alex and a guy named Cody, who some of you who've been watching Wonderful Wasteland for a really long time, the real Wonderful Wasteland OGs, you'll know Cody. Cody was cool, and I like Cody a lot. He's a good dude, and you know, I'm happy for all the stuff that he's got going on in his life right now. But we started Wonderful Wasteland, and you know, I was, you know, doing a lot of the stuff again, because as the video editor, like, that's gonna be the case. Eventually I got Westbot involved again because I just needed the help. Convinced him, he said he was interested. And so we started Wonderful Wasteland. I moved into a new house, made a studio. I was just renting it with Alex. I actually lived with Alex for a little while. That was fun. The house had a lot of mold, so that wasn't good. But anyway, and then after that, we did it for a while, and then we think it's because of the mold, but we're not really sure. Alex and I started feeling extremely unmotivated. It's like, couldn't get out of bed, couldn't do anything. And I started feeling a lot better when I moved into the place that I'm in now. But I met Hannah while I was living in that house, and she lived there with me for a little while. And then when the year lease ended, we just left, and I moved in with Hannah, where I live now. And it's a lot nicer here, so I'm really happy about that. But the channel was on Wonderful Wasteland, that is, was on hold for, or I say hold, was on pause for like a year or more. And that was just because I was moving and not motivated and all that good stuff. And you know, happy and blessed for all the people who stuck around. There's some real people who have been here for such a long time and waiting for us to come back because they love what we do. And a lot of the current audience are people who found us way back then. But then when we started recording again, we decided we were going to do side quest stuff because side quest was easier for us to edit, and it was easier just to get started with that. But over the time that we've been doing Wonderful Wasteland, this time around, we decided that, you know, maybe it's better to do the regular channel videos. The difference between them, if you don't know, is that on side quest, we do unedited stuff. So we're just hanging out. It's kind of like this, but without a topic. We're playing a game and just hanging out and being silly and chilling and talking about stuff. Whereas with this is like this is more so about topics, you know? We're gonna have a reason to have these, something to talk about every time. But you know, easier to edit, and it was a good way to get started, I think. But then we switched up, and I'll talk about AI in a second. But first, talk about Cody. I had a lot of creative differences with Cody. I just didn't feel like the way that I wanted to do the channel was the same as the way he wanted to do the channel. And I don't necessarily think he has bad ideas by any means. I just don't think that me and him saw eye to eye on a lot of stuff. And I didn't want to disagree with him anymore, and it felt bad. Like, he would always concede. He'd be like, all right, fine, we'll just do what you want to do. And he was like really laid back about it. Like, he wasn't being an asshole or anything like that. He was cool about it every time. It was just like, I felt bad. Because it felt like he had something he wanted to do, and it wasn't this. And so eventually I was just like, maybe it would be better if we didn't, you know, have you on the channel and you could do your own thing, and if you want, like, I'll promote your thing whenever you do it, which he's yet to do, but maybe one day. But that was the deal with Cody. He's a really good guy. If he does start making content, y'all should go watch it, because he's cool, and I think you guys would like it. But, you know, and a lot of it too, he was a little bit older than me and Alex. I think he's a little bit more mature than me and Alex. Okay, I know he's more mature than me, Alex and I. But he would, you know, whereas Alex and I are like balls, he was more so like always looking for like higher tier comedy, I guess. I don't know. I think me and Alex make some solid jokes sometimes, but me and Alex also do have a tendency to, you know, revert back to ball sack. I don't know. Just, I'm saying ball sack, but you know, I just mean immature humor in general. Poo-poo fart humor. I don't know. I'm 26, man. Anyway, so Alex and I did a lot of side quest episodes to start. We did some Halloween episodes. We did some Christmas episodes. Shout out Night Fighter. You always talk about how you found us through the Grinch Christmas episodes. But you know, we got some cool community members from that, and it worked okay, but I was using AI a lot at the time. And this will play into like the goals that we have. I guess first I'll talk about Leap Meep though, because then I'll use this next thing to segue to the goals, because we can't forget about Mr. Leap Meep. I love Leap Meep a lot. He's a really good dude, and he, you know, Westbot was getting kind of like overwhelmed by the amount of work, because he's got a lot going on in his life right now. And so I kind of needed another editor, because I also have a lot going on in my life. And so, you know, I was actually actively looking for editors at the time. And Leap Meep messaged me and was like, hey, do you know how I can get into video editing work? Because I know you're a video editor and I'm looking for some work. And I was like, holy shit, no way. And, you know, you guys, if you don't know this, I let people believe whatever they want. But I will tell you, I believe in God, you know? And I believe that was a godsend. That was a sign from God, you know? But some of you might call it fate, and that's okay. Either way, it was lucky. And very lucky, I would say, because Leap Meep's good. And it's not just that he's a good learner, and it's not just that he's creative. He has a unique talent about him when it comes to video editing. And don't get me wrong, Westbot's a very good editor too. I'm not trying to take away from Westbot in any way in this part. Westbot works very hard and has worked very hard for years, and it shows in the way that he makes the videos, because he's just skilled and talented. But Leap Meep, you know, he's shown a level that I think exceeded Westbot at this point, and even maybe myself at this point. And I feel like I have a natural talent for like seeing things when it comes to videos, and like the way the story is supposed to look and sound and whatever. But hold on, I forgot to write the end time of the it's just so bad. Okay, whatever. I forgot to write the times down. I'm gonna just whatever. Okay, sorry, I'm an idiot. Anyway, so anyways, Leap Meep, he's got this factor about him that makes him good at what he does, and I'm very happy to have him on the team. Very happy that he reached out when he did, because otherwise, who knows what random person we would have on the team now. But I guarantee you, whoever it is wouldn't be doing as good of a job as Mr. Leapity Meep, or Westbot, Westbot also, like I said, great editors that I'm blessed with here. But anyways, so that's how Leap Meep came about, and so now both of them are going to be working on these future projects, and now I want to talk a little bit about that, because we're changing things up here a little bit, and I'm going to try to make episodes of Laughs Aside about the changes that are being made whenever applicable, because I think it's cool to be able to like keep up with what's going on behind the scenes, because we've changed strategies a lot, and a lot of that's due to AI, and this is something that I want to talk about today, but also something that I want to talk about potentially just like have a whole Laughs Aside episode dedicated to in the future, because AI is becoming more and more popular, or not always popular, but more and more relevant, I would say, in our society. And we need to think a lot about the way that we use it and the amount of emotional, I don't know the word, but the amount that we put into letting AI affect us emotionally, I guess is a way to say it. Because AI can be helpful in certain ways. It can solve any math problem you plug into it. It can do all sorts of things. But I think that AI has let me down in a lot of ways when it comes to the pursuit of success with this channel. Because this time around, you know, after the year pause that we took on Wonderful Wasteland, I really started using AI this time. I was like, all of the answers are here at my fingers. I can type in any question and it'll give me whatever I want. It'll tell me what I'm doing wrong and what needs to be done, and it'll try to. But the thing is, chat, I have changed strategies probably 5 or 6 times based off of what the AI says. But if the AI was so good at telling me what I need to be doing, why would I have had to change strategies that many times? Maybe 2 or 3 times because of human error, but let's be real, guys. If AI knew what it was talking about, it would, I would be successful right now. And I'm not saying it can't be helpful in any way, shape, or form. It can be helpful. It can help you with certain things. But don't base yourself on AI. We'll get more into like the AI topic in a different episode. Like I said, maybe that'll be one of the topics that you guys can vote on after we do like the episode with my introduction and Alex's introduction into who we are as people. But, you know, just saying, AI, I think, really led us astray when it came to this channel, because here's the thing, guys. AI can think it knows all it wants, but when it comes to, especially something like YouTube, right? It can't watch the videos, and even if it could, it's not a human. What makes these videos special is that, you know, we're humans interacting with other humans. We're not robots that go based off of an algorithm. Funniness isn't up to math. Funniness is up to a lot of different factors, but it's not something that AI necessarily could comprehend. And so it'll answer any question you give it, but that doesn't mean that its answer is always valuable. And really, if you want to get real about it, ChatGPT, it's not there to help you solve your problems. It's there to get you to buy the subscription. That's why it always gives you half answers. That's why at the end of every paragraph, there is more prompts like, do you want me to do this? You want me to do this? I think it'd be good for you if I did this for you. Is this what you want? Oh, you do want that? Well, guess what? You've already used your 5 prompts for the day. So if you'd like that, you can either pay money or wait, until tomorrow. And that's what it's really trying to do. Because as soon as it solves every problem you have, you don't need it anymore. If I became famous on YouTube after the first time I used it because its advice was so good, I wouldn't need it. I'd be good. And so this time around, I've been noticing this disconnect between myself and my audience. And the reason why is because I've been letting a machine write the script. Or not really a script, not an actual script, but telling me what kind of videos I should make and what kind of things I should do. And it's all salesy and business-like. Y'all don't want salesy and business-like. Y'all want to feel like you matter. You want to be heard. You want to see people who are real people, who are relatable, doing relatable things in video games that you like or that look cool and fun. You don't care about the clickbaity stuff. You guys like, us for us. You like me for me when it comes to the streams. Like, you're not coming to the streams because I'm running some, and that's the thing, like with the streams, they've been succeeding. They've been doing good. The streams have grown so much. We get so many of our amazing community members from the streams. But the YouTube videos, they're doing okay, watch time wise. But people watch them and then they move on because there's no human connection. It's engineered to get you to sit and watch. It's not engineered to make you want to be a part of something special, which ultimately is our goal. Going back to what I said earlier, I don't want to make videos that stop you in your tracks because it's engineered to make your brain work the way I need it to work for you to watch through the whole video. I want to make videos that make you guys look at it and be like, I like these guys. Or these guys are my friends. These guys care. These guys are fun. These guys are relatable. Like that type of stuff. The kind of thing that I think is the difference between the 40 likes that I could get on a Chalky Milkman video way back when, and the 5 likes that I'd get on an equivalently viewed video on Wonderful Wasteland. The audience connection matters. Not just from a statistical standpoint, but from a goal standpoint for me. Because I want to promote togetherness and I want to promote the individual mattering no matter how large I get or we get. Right? I want you guys to know Westbot. I want you guys to know Leap Me. I want you guys to know Alex more. Because this isn't a YouTube channel, this isn't a streaming channel, this is a community. And the videos, above all else, should reflect that. And so this time away, I haven't touched, sorry, not away. This time around, I haven't touched AI. I'm not going to AI and saying, okay, I'm remodeling again. What do you think? This time I'm saying, I like Chalky Moatman. Because the streams felt like, or the streams now felt like the videos then. Individual viewer connection. Making videos that mattered to everybody. Showing you guys that we loved you by hearing you and doing the things that you guys liked from streams, or just incorporating you guys in some of the things that we do. And further, we want to go even beyond that, and we want to do things like we did on the old channel. We used to have a segment called Conspiracy Theory Thursdays, where we would talk about conspiracy theories. I think you guys would absolutely love that. We had another segment called Indie 5 Fridays, where we would showcase indie games, and we would review them. I think you guys would love that. We had segments where we would partner with gaming studios and we'd give away keys to our viewers, and we'd stream or have videos of their games. We did a lot of stuff, and it was always fun because you never knew what was coming next, and we just posted the post. We didn't have so much of a structured, organized thing. I mean, there were videos that were like scheduled out each week, but then we also would just do random things. You know, Malone used to be a silly, fun guy before he turned into Mr. Big Adult, Mature Malone that you guys see today in the Discord server. You know, when I found him, his name was me, LOL me, but it was all one word. And so I just started calling him Malone because I didn't know it was me, LOL me. And that's how he became Malone. And quick shout out to him, because over the years, all these years, he's been doing Discord and Minecraft related things for me, and I love that guy. He's such a cool dude, and I really, really care about him as well, because he's just so kind. Even though he acts standoffish sometimes, he's like, you know, telling me to shut up and stuff. He likes me. He does, and I care about him. My Mr. Lebanese friend, he used to have a friend named, well, his screen name was Potato. And one time they made me a presentation of Shrek, because they loved Shrek. Malone also loved cheese a lot. But anyway, they made me a whole PowerPoint presentation about how Shrek is love, Shrek is life. And I recorded it. And I put it on, I posted it on the page. Like, it was that type of thing, you know? Just really enjoying the community and everything that they are. And we have another really, really amazing community now. It feels a lot like it did back then, but the videos don't feel like they've been connecting. They're good. I like the videos we're making. I don't love them. And I don't feel like they're connecting the same way they used to. And that's why I don't love them. So we're stepping away from the corporation type videos that are like super official, made like a movie where it's got the really awesome intro script voiceover that is really good and gets people engaged. Like, no, we're gonna go back to play a funny moment, show the title card, and then, hey everybody, today we're playing that. Like, just the more so human, chill feeling. I guess is a way to say it. Just hanging out and having fun, because ultimately that's what we built it on, was Alex and I hanging out and having fun playing video games and getting to entertain you guys and hopefully make your bad days better and your bad days good and your good days better is what I meant to say. There we go. That was a struggle. So yeah, this has been a lot. We're coming up on the end here, but there's a few more things that I want to talk about. If you've made it this far, I really appreciate you. Like, it means a lot to me that you want to know about, you know, what we have in store and what we have planned and why we do what we do. Like, thank you, seriously. It does mean a lot, and I'm glad that I could make this for you so that you could get insight into that type of stuff. But yeah, I think just kind of talk about kind of like what you can expect coming up. So this is going to go up on a Friday. This week there's not going to be any other videos going up. We kind of got to rework the schedule. I don't know if there's going to be videos next week or the week after, but a great way to know for sure is to be in the Discord and watch Wasteland weekly. Every Monday, which that might also change. It might not be Mondays anymore after a while. We'll wait and see when I look at the schedule. But right now it's every Monday, but at least once a week there's a Wasteland weekly video that talks about the schedule of everything going on in Wonderful Wasteland across all of our YouTube channels and our streams and even the Discord events that we're going to be doing each week. We have a Minecraft server that we open for everybody, and we have game nights like Among Us and Roblox and different things, so you guys can all partake in that. If you aren't in the Discord, you should definitely be over there. It's the place to be if you like what we do, if you love who we are. So yeah, you guys will get updates as to that, and there's gonna be 3 gaming videos each week. Sometimes we'll do challenges. We'll probably let you guys vote on which games we play, or maybe at least one of the videos that we make each week. But for the most part, it's just going to be us playing games. Sometimes we'll play through a story, but a lot of the times I think we're going to do just like playing the game and having fun and seeing what happens, because that gives Alex and I an opportunity to show our personality more so than today we're being hunted by AI in Minecraft. Like, it's a really good idea, don't get me wrong, and it's entertaining, but when we're so competitive and we're so focused on beating a task before the time runs out and not dying and this and that, we don't have as much opportunity to really showcase our personality, which I think is the key to connecting with audience members. If you guys can see who we are, then you start to show who you are, because you feel comfortable here, and that's what we want. We want people to be comfortable. We want people to have fun. We want people to get to know us, and we want to get to know people right back. So, I think what I want to do for at least the first week, if not the first few weeks of doing these new style videos, is I want to do some throwbacks back to the Chalky Milkmen days, and I want to play some of those games that we first played, because we got some banger games back then, and I think it'd be super nostalgic and really like heartwarming for myself and Alex if we could just like rewind back to the start and start playing some games that we played back then. Like, I don't know if we're gonna necessarily play all of these, but you know, we played Shield Wall, we played Dicey Dungeons, we played some RimWorld, we played what else? Bad North, that's the one I was trying to think of. We played Wreckfest. You know, there's a new Wreckfest game with a multiplayer mode that I've been dying to try out with Alex. That would be fun. That'd be so fun. And you know, we don't have to set a challenge, or we could set a challenge with Wreckfest if we wanted to. We could just be like, all right, whoever wins the most races wins. But then we're just racing and having fun and cursing each other out because we run each other off the road or whatever, and just having a good time like buddies would, you know? Take us back to the time when we were playing video games, 15 years old, in my parents' basement, you know? But yeah, those are the goals, is just to grow this community in a natural way and to get to know everybody and to make our videos more relatable so that both our current audience members and new audience members will pick up on who we are and less about like, oh, it's a little corporate video. Like, no, we want people to connect when they watch our stuff. So hopefully that helps you guys out as far as understanding what's to come. Like I said, I don't have a definitive schedule. The stream schedules will be more or less the same. However, I might be out of town when this video goes up, so we might not be streaming this weekend like we normally do, but rest assured we'll be back better than ever next week. And hopefully we can just continue to grow this amazing thing that we've got going here. But if I'm going to leave you with one thing, I want you to do this for me. I want you guys to care for each other the way that I care for the people here. I'm one person with a dream, but I can only be as impactful as the community that supports me. I want you guys to, not just the people in this community, just everybody in life in general, but especially the people in this community. I want you to love each other. I want you to take care of one another. I want you to be there for one another. Especially as the community starts to grow, I want you guys to really invest into this if it's what you'd like to do. Because I think what you can get from this and what a place like this could do for people from all over the world, I think the sky's the limit. One day I can't have the ability anymore. If all goes to plan, I won't have the ability anymore to love every individual person the way I can now and to take care of everybody. And then it will fall to you, the individuals, to invest in friendships within the community and to take care of each other and to treat each other the right way. Love is important. Love is so important to life. It's so easy to hate because there's a lot of people who deserve hate. But to love somebody who deserves hate in your eyes is the most powerful thing that you can do. Whether you're religious or not, love is important. I really care about all of you guys. I hope it shines in the way that I talk to each and every one of you and the way that I go about things here. I don't think it was shining in these videos, and that's why we're learning from our mistakes and we're gonna figure it out. And we might continue to tweak things, but every step of the way, I'm very happy and thankful to have this amazing community. And I know that Westbot really cares about you guys, and so does Elite Meme, so does Alex. It's a good team full of good people. Each of them have their struggles in life. Each of them have their own battles they're fighting and their own journey that they're on. But I am so thankful that their paths all crossed here. Because I think with these people, we can find success unlike any other. Because we've got a good team, we've got a great community, and I think that we can really do something special here. I love you guys a lot. I'll say it once more. And thank you to every single one of you, whether you just found this video and you're invested now, or whether you've been here for years. Every one of you matters. And thank you for your support and for listening to me blabber on about nonsense while probably playing some really bad Rocket League in the background. I hope I do good on the Rocket League. That's really important to me. I'm about to go record that after this. Dude, I hope I'm sweating. I hope that it looks so good. But if I'm losing every single game, just ignore that, okay? Focus on what I'm saying. Thank you for believing in us. We will give back to you in every way, shape, and form we can. And the goal for the community, we've talked about, the goal for all of this goes so much deeper. Because the YouTube and the streaming is just a start. We want to make animations, we want to make stories like comic books. You know, we have a team full of very creative people. We want to do day in the lives. We want to do all sort of things in the future. And this is just the start. And if we're given the opportunity, we're going to continue to put back into this, being creative and trying to find new ways to entertain people, to touch people, to give back to people through charity, through, you know, things like mental health care for people. Like, it doesn't matter what it is, as long as it's positively impacting people. And that goes from taking care of their struggles to putting a smile on their face through laughter. But my point is, this is literally just the start. So thank you guys for coming along this journey and hanging out with the worst gamers you have ever seen in your entire life. We are so thankful that you choose to be here day after day. And I hope that everything is only up from here. I really genuinely believe that we are already on the edge of greatness here because of what we've already built and because of the people I have behind my back. So thank you guys for tuning into this first episode of Laughs Aside. I hope to hear what you guys thought of this and maybe some other topics that you'd like to hear talked about in the comments below. Like I said, we're probably going to do our own topics next, like the introductions of me and Alex, and I could even see if like Westbot wants to come on. I don't think Leapity Meep would want to come on and introduce himself yet. As you know, he's a quiet one. He likes to type instead of talk. I guess he could come on here and type stuff if he wanted to, but I don't know how well that would work. But anyways, let us know what else you guys would like to see in the future, whether it be talking about, I mean, even heavy topics like religion or, you know, racism, you know, stuff like that. I wouldn't shy away from, because I think it's important to look at that stuff and to educate people on stuff too, because some people don't understand these days. It's kind of a shame to see, you know, I've witnessed people make mistakes when it like pertaining to like racism and stuff, and it's like, you know, I'll make jokes about the community members, we'll all laugh and have a good time, but sometimes people say things that like they should not say, and it's like they just didn't know. Like, I'll have a conversation with them and like they very genuinely, they're not just saying it, like they just don't know. So, you know, to spread awareness about stuff like that too, I think would be a big one. But yeah, I mean, heavy topics, or, you know, you can give us ideas for the Conspiracy Theory Thursdays as well if you'd like. Whatever works, but or any other types of videos, you know, be creative. We would love to hear your ideas and to give back to the community by, you know, entertaining some of those ideas. So, but once more, love all of you. Thank you again for being here. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.